If someone said a single flight could lead you to your destiny, you'd probably laugh. I did too, until the day life surprised me. I was 24, a young and optimistic girl, full of hope, and want to push myself into a bigger world. I spent the last few months in Viridia, a country totally different from my hometown. It was my first big adventure, studying, exploring, and becoming a new version of myself every single day. I felt like I was finally living. Then, it was time for a short trip home. The flight plan was simple, Viridia to Astron for a quick layover, then on to Aurelia, my hometown. After landing in Astron, I tightened my ponytail, pulled on my cap and sunglasses, and headed for my connecting flight. To my surprise, the plane was practically empty. Entire rows were free, and the seat right next to me was vacant. Perfect, I thought. I can finally get some sleep. But just as the doors were about to close, someone slipped into the seat beside me. He looked to be in his early 30s, with curly dark hair and a mask covering half his face. But his eyes, they were so bright and sharp. You could just tell he was intelligent. He smiled with just his eyes and said, "Looks like this is my seat." And just like that, our little world of two began. He introduced himself as Howe. He was visiting my hometown for the very first time and was full of questions. What are the best places to visit? What local food should he try? What hidden gems do only locals know about? We just drifted from one story to the next, sharing silly jokes and random experiences. I'm usually not someone who opens up to strangers easily, but talking to him felt so natural, like we'd known each other for years. After a while, he leaned in a little and whispered, "I think we should go sleep for a bit." I froze for a second, then he saw my face and quickly laughed. "Wait, no, that's not what I meant. There are so many empty rows. I'm just going to lie down over there. You should get some rest too." He pointed to an empty row a few seats away. I laughed so hard behind my mask my shoulders were shaking. He was funny in this really awkward, charming way. He moved to the empty row and stretched out. As I watched him settle in, I thought, this guy is different. He made conversation feel so effortless. It had been a long time since anyone made me feel that way. When the plane landed, he reached up and grabbed my carry-on bag. I saw his arm muscles tense for a second. He clearly thought it was heavy, but he played it off like it was nothing. Then we walked out together. We had to part ways at immigration, joining separate queues. He ended up in a line far away from mine, and soon all I could see was the top of his curly hair and those bright eyes scanning the hall. I took one last look. Just a stranger on a quiet flight. Just a simple, ordinary meeting. Nothing more, right? I turned away, convinced we would never cross paths again, completely unaware that fate had other plans. What happens next? Will we ever meet again? Follow and subscribe to our channel for the next episodes and more interesting stories for all ages.